As I am preparing your cards, I wish to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land that I am doing this reading from, the Gumbaynggirr people, and recognise their continuing connection to the lands, waters, communities and their culture. I pay my respects to their elders past, present and emerging. Hello Cancer, welcome to your June 2023 reading. I'm Lou from Empress Blue. Welcome to Gemini season. The first thing I will say is there is a lot of people involved in this reading. We've got the High Priestess, the Queen of Cups, King of Cups, Magician, the Emperor, the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Swords. So possibly you are dealing with a lot of people, and these people, it could be that we've got a lot of 11th house activity that's happened for you, particularly last month. It was Taurus season, and Taurus represents your 11th house. And like last month was a huge month. We had the eclipses, we had a Mercury retrograde, we had Jupiter shifted into there. There was just so much happening in that house. There would have been a lot of people involved in your life at that time, because the 11th house is the house of our tribe. It's the house of where we belong, of creating a sense of belonging with the people in our environment. It's the house of like community and being involved in organizations and being like a bigger part of a society. It's where you fit in society even. Can also be the house of the internet, so it can be people online. It's like if you're part of a social group or your friendships. So this could apply to any or all of those aspects of your life. It'll be different for everybody, but that's kind of what we're looking at here. It's also your hopes and dreams and wishes. So it's the people that are involved in helping you to get to where you want to go, but also how you can give back to the community. And it's also about like generational stages in your life. So as you sort of shift through your life, you become you sort of shift through what society expects of you and what you also expect of yourself in terms of society and what you can contribute back to society. So that all of those kinds of things are involved in that 11th house. This energy will continue through this month because Jupiter moved into there on May the 17th and will stay there until May next year. But for June, it will be conjunct the North Node. So there's a lot of like karmic stuff coming up, a lot of transformation and evolution that's happening in that house for you. Like destiny and fate stepping in. So literally, a lot of Cancers may be finding their tribe for the first time, or finding a new tribe to be involved in, to connect with a new group of people that are inspiring and inspirational, that expand your life in some way, expand in who you are in some way. All of these people are in the upright position. They're all healthy. They're all coming towards you in a healthy stance, in a healthy vibration, wanting to help you and serve you, wanting to be a part of your life and a part of the direction you're going in. So that's, alternatively, this is all the aspects of yourself. But I feel like for most Cancers, this will be lots of different people. You'll be engaging with lots of different people this month. The other thing that's happening this month is that Pluto is moving, is in retrograde and will retrograde back into Capricorn. Capricorn being your 7th house, the house of your intimate relationships, your partners, your marriage partners, your business partners. So this could be about your marriage. It could be about the person, that your person, but it could also be about the agreements and the contracts you have with people in the work environment or in society or in some position that you hold within an organization or a network of people. And Pluto wanting to transform and create and involve the situation. Pluto has been in that 7th house since 2008. So this is just it coming back in to revisit that storyline. It will sort of do this dance between Pisces and Aquarius over the next couple of years. So it will keep, shifting that storyline a little as it goes backwards and forwards across that threshold. And every time it crosses the threshold, it creates more change and it creates more heightened energy around that topic. So that's what this Tower moment's about. There's a Tower moment coming into the reading, and that's about that Pluto shift. So that's happening on June the 11th. So around the start of the month, so the middle of the month, June 11th, and the dates surrounding that, you can expect some sort of Tower moment to be happening, possibly within your agreements, your contracts with clients, business partners, your marriage partner. It's Gemini season as well, so you're coming in here with the energy of the High Priestess, and that's that Gemini energy that represents your 12th house. So that's that. The 12th house is the house of your spirituality. It's the house of your connection with the divine, with Source. It's also the house where we hold all our secrets. So the High Priestess can be quite a secretive energy, can be the things that you don't reveal to others, and that's that 12th house. So I wouldn't be surprised, Cancer, if you're wanting to keep to yourself a lot this month. There is a lot going on. There is this like a really deep emotional component to everything that's going on. You've got this Gangan Cockatoo mountain spirit here, and the Gangan Cockatoo card represents your need to free your inner self, which is that High Priestess. It's that that inner wisdom, the inner knowledge, and it's about having difficulties expressing your emotions and expressing your creativity. It's about reaching, spiritual freedom, and we gain spiritual freedom by tapping into that High Priestess energy and tapping into that 12th house energy, that expansive connection with Source. And when we are in that space, oftentimes it's easier and more productive to remove ourselves from this hubbub of everybody that wanting a bit of you. There's a lot of people wanting a piece of Cancer this month, and not in a negative way. They're really wanting to connect with you, but you may feel really reserved, and I mean Cancer usually does anyway. It's pretty standard cliche Cancer energy to be in, but I think it will be even more so this month because of that High Priestess 12th house connection that's going on, and doing so that allows you to flow. You've got this flow card here as well, that energy of flow, and that's what's needed from you this month, Cancer, because of everything that's happening with this Tower and with the 12th house. There's the need to be surrendering to the flow of things at the moment, not trying to control anything at this point, because there's a need to deal with what's happening internally, and there's an internal and an external component to everything that's happening this month. The other major astrological effect that we need to be aware of this month is that Venus, on June the 5th, Venus will move into Leo and will begin to prepare for her retrograde in this sign. So she will be retrograding in Leo from July the 23rd until September 4. And we will talk more about that next month in the July readings, but just being aware of it, because as Venus moves into Leo on June the 5th, she will be beginning that storyline and beginning to bring things up, bubble things from the subconscious, the High Priestess, and bring things up for you to work on. And it will be around, so when Venus is in the 2nd house, what we're looking at there's two components to this, okay? So Venus is the ruler of the 2nd house, okay? So Venus is really strong in this position. So you will probably, most likely, all Cancers will experience both sides of this transit. And it's about your physical resources, your physical wealth. Venus is the planet of abundance, of money. Is the planet that rules our resources, and yeah, so we're looking at that side of things, but I'm not seeing any of that here. Okay, there's no pentacles, there's no coins energy here, so that's not coming out this month. When we're looking at resources from this perspective, and from the 12th house perspective, what we're really looking at is what's on the inside. So the money is always a reflection of your internal self-worth, your internal values, and feelings of deservedness. And so with Venus moving into there, she's going to be bringing her attention there, her loving attention towards your level of abundance and how much abundance flows into your life based on how you feel about yourself. And the other component to this is Venus is also the planet of love. Okay, so she's the planet of relationships and how we relate. And in the second house, it can be how you're relating to your immediate environment, so your home environment. In the second house, she can bring your awareness to creating more comfort in your daily life, in your environment, in your home, in your body, in your physical body as well. More comfort in like the foods that you eat and the way you treat yourself and how you nourish yourself, more comfort and more love and peace and flow and harmony towards yourself, and also in connection with loving the people you love in your life as well. So she's always about relating, and so relating to other people, and it could be that relating to your friends, to relating to that tribe, how you relate to that tribe. So there's a lot that can be covered with that, but we've got the acceptance of love here. So it's really more about, not really about you, how loving you are towards others. It's more about how much you allow love in. And we know that Cancer being the sign of the crab and having that hard exterior, that shell, but then there's an ocean of emotion within, right? You know all about that, Cancer. There's this King of Cups, Queen of Cups, deep emotion to Cancerians, and they don't always let other people in, and it's not really about letting them in so that you can share, but it's more about letting them in and accepting that they love you, and accepting that love and allowing that love to come through. Okay, so we've talked about the Tower, we've talked about there could be a pivotal moment that happens in your month, this month. We've also got the Fool on the bottom of the deck. Now, the Fool can be a fresh start, a fresh new beginning, and that Tower moment could be bringing you that fresh new beginning. Now, that could just be as simple as the fact that the Sun is moving through your 12th house and it's about to move into your first house, or move into your first house, begin Cancer season on June the 22nd. So if you're a Cancer Sun, that's going to be your birthday month. If you're a Cancer rising, it will be your astrological new year. Either way, it's a fresh new year for you, Cancer. And as you start to move through the 12th house, as you're moving through that, it's a really great time to stop and take stock of the last 12 months of your life, like what you've achieved from Cancer season last year to Cancer season this year, and to take a loving view of that, and of how far you've come and how much you've achieved, and then also to look forward into the future over the next 12 months and what you would like to achieve for the next 12 months. And this is a really good journaling exercise if you're someone who likes to journal and write things down and write some goals for yourself, and maybe even break them down into steps so that you can start creating, because we have the Magician in the center of the reading, super creative energy. So your ability to co-create with Source right now is huge, and that's coming from that 12th house energy of being so connected. You're really plugged into the divine throughout June. And your co-creative power, I mean, you always have co-creative power, always. That's never taken from you, but sometimes it's easier to tap into it than others. And this is that time when it's easier to tap into it than others. And there's all these people, that are ready to step in and co-create with you as well. So it's not just the divine you're co-creating with, but all the people in your life are ready to co-create with you too. And with the Magician, you can create a lot, So, I mean, even I'm just getting this image of you doing a vision board. A vision board would be a really good thing to do this month as you move into your first house Cancer season, allowing that crumbling, that 12th house energy. The 12th house is literally the house of the undoing. That's what they call it. It's the house where everything crumbles away. And with the sun there, it's like you've gone through this rotation of the whole chart with the sun, and you're at the last, so the 12th house is the last house in the chart. And so as you've built this storyline over the last 12 months, and now you're at the end of it, it all starts to crumble away and shift and fall, and you surrender that up to clear a space for the new, what's coming in for the next 12 months. And that's what this tower is telling you to do, surrendering that journey that you've been on and clearing space for the new, because you can create a brand new life for yourself. You're in a very creative space. Also, the Magician is that card of Mercury, and Mercury will be in your 12th house from June the 11th, and then on June the 27th it will move into your first house. So Mercury is going to be going through this journey, amplifying this journey for you as well, helping you to surrender anything that's not serving you for the next 12 months and move into co-creating something new for yourself as you move through the end of June and the start of July. And in the environment card, we have the Queen of Swords. Now, this could be somebody in your life that wants to have an honest conversation with you. They may have ideas that they want to share. They may, there may be a lot of communication. It might not just be one person, or it could be, there's a lot of communication coming through. There's a lot, and this communication, I'm really drawn to this snake that's on her arm. This communication can be creating, it could be the catalyst towards this transformation or this tower moment that's happening. There's people that are sort of pushing you through that, or bringing that to your door, is what I'm hearing. The King of Cups, I love this. So if we look in this line here, we've got the King of Cups, we've got the Magician, and we've got Emperor. That's really powerful, powerful energy. We've got this masculine energy, and then we've got this feminine energy, really well balanced. It feels like a beautiful balance between the divine masculine and the divine feminine. And you'll find as well, Mars is in your second house. So that same house that I was talking about with Venus, that Venus has moved into to do that retrograde, Mars is already in there, and it's been in there since May the 21st, and will stay there until July 10th. So for the whole of June, you'll have Venus and Mars all propping up that second house, which is that beautiful divine masculine, divine feminine, working in such beautiful harmony together, flowing through that second house. So that's really strong, which means, that you have this beautiful balance between the action and the being, the sitting back and allowing source energy to flow through you, and then knowing what action to take and feeling it, the King of Cups, feeling it. And I love, the Queen of Cups is your card, so that means that you're in your power here. And I think with the Tower as well, we've got the Nine of Wands under the Tower, the Nine of Wands being the card of endurance. So you're enduring, not enduring in a negative way, but you're getting through this. You'll get through it. You'll be able to brace yourself through it and come through really strong, really powerful. And inspired, Queen of Wands, you'll come through really inspired. And if that's you, I feel like that is you, that Queen of Wands energy, that's you coming through strong and confident and powerful. But it could be somebody in your life that's coming through like that too. But also, like, looking at this, we've got the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups. They're the two counterparts. So that could be referring back to the Pluto transit through the 7th house, and this acceptance of love as well. It will definitely bring that with Pluto in the 7th house, Venus moving retrograde is definitely going to bring some level of attention onto your relationships, whether you're in a long-term relationship or whether you're single. There's no way of avoiding that with that kind of combination. And I think that this is a really great time to co-create positively with your partner, or with people in your life, and co-creating or co-creating a partner or someone coming into your life, someone flowing into your life, and all that is required of you is is opening up and accepting that love, and accepting that person to come in. We do have the Five of Cups here, which is really the, with the Five of Cups and the Tower, really the only disharmonious cards in this whole reading. The Five of Cups, it's a card of grief, it's a card of loss, and that's this tower, whatever's been crumbled away, whatever's been removed with this tower, there could be like a time of grieving that's required, and that's okay, Cancer. It's okay to take that time out and process what has happened, and reflect on it. And I think that High Priestess 12th house energy will give you that space to do that, to reflect on the sadness of it, because even though you're aware, and I can see that you are aware that something beautiful will be taking its place, it's still sad. It's still part of the human journey, is to feel that emotion, feel that depth of emotion of sadness when something is removed from your life. But I can see that you won't be wallowing in that energy either. I think that you will quickly pick yourself up, and you'll quickly move back into your alignment because of all this beautiful energy, and you'll take charge. The Emperor take charge of the direction, because you understand. Cancers of all this zodiac, they understand how the emotions work and the emotional guidance system, and you understand that if you wallow in that emotion, then you'll start to co-create, the Magician, more of that experience. And whilst there has to be a space to process it so that it doesn't get stuck in your system, we also need to move on. Once the processing has been done, move on and step into clarity. The Ace of Swords, there's clarity coming through. And I do feel like with this Ace of Swords, that's going to happen when Mercury shifts into your sign on June the 27th. You may start to feel a bit clearer from June 22nd as Cancer season starts. But really at the very end of the month, June 27th, there could be like an aha moment that literally comes through, like, oh, that's what that all meant, or that's what that person was saying, or or there could be a conversation that sparks something new within you. This Queen of Swords could come through at the very end with a really great idea, or just a really great message that's like, okay, yeah, that sparks this fresh energy of, the Fool, of this beginning of this new cycle with your astrological new year or your birthday year, new year energy that comes through at the end of the month, at the end of June. Okay, so let's get some clarifying cards for this High Priestess. And we have the Queen of Coins, the Ten of Cups, and the Hierophant. Wow. Okay, so this is where your energy, where your power lies. Okay, the power, the Emperor. You're very powerful this month, and the people in your life are very powerful this month. I feel it. There's a lot of power. And this is where that lies, is tapping into your inner wisdom, tapping into something greater than yourself, and doing that work on the internal level. We've got the Hierophant, so that's connecting and doing that high level learning. Even and that's like exactly what I was talking about. Even through this grief, recognizing that we've got the Five of Cups, and then we've got the Ten of Cups here, and recognizing that your creative power comes from learning. So when there's a Five of Cups, there's an opportunity to learn and learn from the situation. With the 12th house crumbling, there is learning that's happened there. It doesn't just happen. Things don't just get crumbled away for no reason. There is a reason why those situations don't serve you any longer. You've learnt the lessons from them. You're ready to step up. You're ready to evolve, and let go of and surrender to the process of letting go of these things in your life. And because you're so powerfully aligned at the moment, that leads you to this Ten of Cups. This Ten of Cups energy of just shifting out of that grief and having an overflowing feeling of appreciation. And that feeling of appreciation, it's like it works two ways. And you've got this infinity symbol at the top of this card. I hope you can see that. It works two ways. The more appreciative you feel, the more connected to the divine you feel. And the more connected to the divine you feel, the more appreciation you feel. And it goes on and on like that. So that connection through your high priestess with the divine will flow more situations into your life that you can appreciate, and more abundance, the Queen of Coins, you know, more security in your life. That's that too. Second house, security, worth, values, self-worth, you know, that abundance. It flows through you through this appreciation. I'm hearing is appreciation and acceptance of love. Acceptance of love. Oh, I'm hearing really strongly that it needs to be acceptance of love from the divine. Accepting that you are loved, that you are worthy, that you are worthy of being blessed and worthy of having the life that you want for yourself. You are worthy and you are loved by source energy. That's the key message for you this month, Cancer, as you engage with this 12th house energy, the high priestess, and all that second house energy with Venus and Mars there. What's really the cosmos really wants you to feel fully and wholeheartedly in every component of your body, mind and soul, to feel that alignment with love, that you are love and you are loved, and the more you feel it, the more you receive it, and the more you receive it, the more you feel it, and there's this ongoing loop. Okay, let's clarify the Queen of Swords in the environment, and we have the Eight of Swords, Six of Coins, and the Three of Wands, and we have the King of Coins on the bottom of the deck alongside this Queen of Coins. So again, this counterpart energy coming out. Again, that's that masculine and feminine energy. I think that is going to be so powerful with Mars and Venus in that second house for you this month. You can really like push forward on any project you want, anything you put your mind to, because you have both the masculine and the feminine aspects covered. So you can receive. You've got the receive card here with the Six of Coins, and with the High Priestess you can receive, and you can also put that into action with all of that masculine energy and Mars in the second house. You can act on it and receive at the same time. It's a very auspicious time for you, Cancer. With the Queen of Swords here being clarified by the Eight of Swords, I mean, there could be this like this breakthrough in your own like mindset, in your own mental processes, and then that could be this Ace of Swords. Like, you could literally have a breakthrough in anything that's blocking you from receiving this love and receiving your own wealth and abundance, because there's this vision that you've been having. Three of Wands, there's a vision that you have for your life, for yourself, for your family, for your future, with the 11th house being activated with Taurus. You know, there's that this is all about your future. This is all about your major hopes and wishes and goals for yourself. The Fool, this is about it's your vision. And anything that's holding you back or blocking you from that, particularly within your own thought habits, you can receive communication or information or knowledge or ideas that help you to shift some of that, shift that out of that, anything that's blocking you, and become more creative in your endeavors, and more aligned with this loving energy that's going to take you even further than any sort of resistance ever would. So if you're holding resistance and feeling not worthy, particularly a lack of self-worth or a lack of deservedness, that's not going to get you where you want to go. That's not going to get your hopes and dreams to unfold. And so, sometimes we think we have to restrict ourselves and we have to be realistic, be practical and realistic. And we say that to ourselves because that's what society deems of us. That's what society tells us to do, to be realistic and practical, and to and that's never going to happen for you, or that's never going to, or that's not easy, or it's not possible, or whatever. That energy doesn't serve anything. It's really important to remember that. So why not give this a go? Why not just try and see what it feels like to be in alignment with love, and to be accepting of love, and allow love to flow through you and through and from you and out of you, and to you, and just see and play with that energy and play with it and see what happens. Because even if it doesn't work, even if it doesn't create what the situation that you're trying to create for yourself, there's nothing to lose by being in that energy and in that vibration. So let's see what the universe is reflecting to you. You've got harmonize. We've got clearing. And we have balance, align, and clear. Clearing twice. Okay, so that's that tower, that 12th house, exactly what I was talking about with that undoing, the 12th house of undoing. And so, you know, when I talked about that vision board and about taking stock of how far you've come over the last 12 months and where you want to go over the next 12 months, looking at what you want to clear, what you need to balance and align with, you know, more spirituality, possibly more love in your life. What needs to be removed and cleared for the next 12 months. It kind of sometimes it's easier to break it down into that 12 months. Right now is the time to do that because you're beginning your own season at the end of the month. And what needs to be removed out of your life, what you would like to stop, or, you know, it could be habits, it could be engaging with certain people, it could be something you're doing every day, it could be a thought pattern that you have. I mean, it could be anything. It's going to be different for everybody, but that needs to be cleared out of your life. And as you do that clearing, your life will reflect that back to you. This is that work you can do. It will reflect back to you this new way of being, and the environment will show up and show you how well you're doing with that clearing. You know, if you have a really uncomfortable June, if there's a lot of uncomfortable emotions that come up, there's things that need to be cleared. There's things that need to be let go of. You may be holding on to this 5 of Cups energy, this grief and sadness and loss. You may be holding tightly to that and not allowing it to just sort of be felt and then move on. And that will be reflected to you. You can look in your environment to see. And then we've got harmonized, peach calcite. That's that beautiful Venus energy that I've been talking about a lot through the reading. You know, Venus comes in to harmonize anything. Venus is the planet of harmony, and she comes in and wants to create more harmony and more balance in your life. So again, like I said to you, it can be applied to your abundance, your finances, your resources. It can also be applied to your love life, your love language, the way you express love, the way you feel love, the way you connect with love. And as you move through this storyline that I was talking about with accepting love, the world and the environment will reflect that back to you, where you are in that continuum of accepting love in and allowing it to flow through you and from you. You'll see it in your environment. If you look around your environment, you feel very loved and feel very loving, then that's this harmony being reflected back to you. And if you don't feel that way, then that's reflecting to you this need to do this work around loving and accepting love. So that is your July reading. Your June reading, Cancer. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of your journey, a part of your creative process, and thank you for spending this time with me. I really appreciate you, and I appreciate I just appreciate it. If this resonated with you, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel. That really helps me. If you feel like you want to, please do share in the comments section your story, your journey, because it helps me to engage with you. It helps me to connect with you energetically and gain more context and more clarity around my readings, so I can produce more effective and better readings. If you feel like someone else can benefit from these messages as well, please do share this video. That helps me as well. And I wish you all the best this month. I wish you a happy, beautiful June, and I will see you again next month. Take care.